Do you love Sith and the dark side of the Force? Then this video is especially for you, because it is dedicated to the upcoming series Acolyte. Previously, several videos on it have already appeared on the channel, and even with the analysis of trailers shown at a closed event, all this is in the description. In this video, I will also regularly show footage from these trailers, so don't worry, you won't miss it. Over the past couple of months, Acolyte has been replenished with some additional important news, which I want to tell you about, and at the same time remind you of the most significant moments of the series. Thus, you will get a single large video with all the known details of the project. Feel free to support by liking and subscribing to the channel. Actually, where would I start? Oh yes, the events of the series will take place in the era of the High Republic, 100 years before the first episode of Star Wars. The main character of the series is a young girl forced to learn the teachings of the dark side in order to take revenge on the Jedi for their inaction at the moment when her native village was destroyed by raiders. The actress Amandla Stenberg played this girl. Also among the popular actors announced in the show are Daphne Keane from Logan, Carrie-Anne Moss from The Matrix as a Jedi Master, Lee Jong-jae from The Squid Game as another Jedi Master, and Dean Charles Chapman from the Game of Thrones as also some kind of Jedi. Well, Eunice Suamato, who played Chewbacca in Han Solo, played the role of the first Wookiee Jedi named Kel Noka. And what is most interesting, according to insiders, Keanu Reeves himself can take part in Acolyte since the actor has signed a contract with Disney for one of the upcoming projects. And who is Keanu Reeves? That's right, Revan. At least this is what fans of the Old Republic dream about. If this is true, then perhaps the most legendary cameo in the history of Star Wars is waiting for us. And this information would not be so interesting if it were not for another insider that Revan's first appearance in the new canon will take place in the Acolyte as a hologram, a projection of a Sith holocron or a memory. This is perhaps the most intriguing part of the series. There are also rumors about the appearance of Darth Plagueis himself, who will be given quite a lot of screen time, but so far these are just rumors. Although his appearance is very logical because Plagueis already lived in this era, in addition, insiders also reported that there was a scenery set in the style of statues of ancient Sith Lords, among whom were Malak and Nihilus. Very interesting. As for the actors, now let's look at the official list of screenwriters, which was shared quite recently. There are Leslie Headland, who is the showrunner of the series, Charmaine the Great and Ellen Shim, known for House of the Dragon, Kor Adana and Cameron Squires, who wrote the plot for WandaVision, as well as Jason McAuliffe, involved in Deadly Attraction, and Claire Kitchell from HBO's The Guardians. Shortly, Lucasfilm tried to recruit only those who are involved in successful projects. And by the way, if you have a question, how does all this fit in with the rule of two? Then do not worry, because Acolyte will concentrate on the dark side itself, its culture, teaching and heritage more than you think. But be realistic, you should not expect a large-scale order of the Sith in the project. Cultists will appear more likely, trying to learn the basics of darkness on their own. That's why they are called Acolytes. But you know, paradoxically, the series itself is more dedicated to the Jedi, since Leslie Headland directly said that there would be many times more of the Jedi in Acolyte than in all the Star Wars projects. This is probably the first series in the last few years that will focus entirely on the theme of the Force during its peak form. Well, Leslie's words are confirmed by the trailer that was shown in the closed panel, because it is 80% dedicated to the Jedi and even ends with such a beautiful shot where a group of Jedi ignites their lightsabers at once. But at the same time, the Jedi will become antagonists of the series. We will be shown the flaws of the Order, perhaps even some crimes, because the main character played by Amandla Stenberg will begin to comprehend the dark side, because as I said, it will be prompted by the inaction of the Jedi during the massacre in her native village. Curious. Previously, the ambiguous actions of the Jedi were shown to us in this way. Indirectly, rather, they gave us a reason to doubt them. And now the series Acolyte wants to focus on this moment, so to speak, to go ahead. And by the way, if they want to show us Revan and Plagueis, then it wouldn't hurt to bring Master Yoda back to the screens for at least a couple of minutes, who also already lived in this era and was the Supreme Jedi Master. In addition, Yoda has already appeared in various projects of the High Republic, whether it be books, comics, or a children's series about young Jedi. It is also known that in the series Acolyte, we are waiting for many new and already known planets. And on this note, I want to move on to the production part of the series, which is both inspiring and upsetting. Initially, rumors spread about the low budget of the project. They say it is being filmed with the budget of a fan film, and even Lucasfilm does not particularly believe in its success. However, over the past couple of months, authoritative insiders have already refuted all this and dropped another, no less loud information. According to them, Acolyte is not a cheap project with a low budget. On the contrary, it has one of the largest budgets among all Star Wars projects and will probably become even more expensive than Andor, which is by far the most expensive TV series of the galaxy far, far away. Most of the filming took place on location in Northern Ireland using expensive scenery, and at the post-production stage, a lot of computer graphics were generated for those scenes for which there was not enough full-scale shooting. Again, in confirmation of this information, we have short clips from the trailer, and it is very beautiful. You look and catch yourself thinking that you really want to see it. Filming of the series was complete in early summer, and most likely the series is either ready to be shown or is at the very final stage of post-production. Moreover, Lucasfilm makes huge bets on it because for the company, this is a serious step in the development of the universe. All the recent projects were spin-offs, and these are like sequels, but in the other direction 100 years ago. Kathleen Kennedy herself has done everything to promote Acolyte. We can say that the project is of personal interest to her. Oh, now I have to remind you about one quite disappointing moment relating to the production of Acolyte, the showrunner Leslie Headland. At first, she said when she was creating the series she was inspired by the Clone Wars and the Knights of the Old Republic, but then a whole series of strange interviews began, in which Leslie focused on the fact that Acolyte would actively promote the interests of various minorities, and therefore she was guided by this factor when choosing actors. Moreover, for the first few months, Leslie talked only about it because at first glance the promising series at an early stage alienated a lot of viewers. And no, minorities are not to blame for anything. It's just the fact that a sci-fi show about the Sith in the Star Wars universe is being filmed purely for some political purposes. Well, it is just upsetting. Maybe that's why Kennedy is so interested in Acolyte. And although we have not heard such interviews lately, and a lot of really cool news has appeared on the series, including a beautiful trailer, it simply does not work to completely forget about all these statements. That's why I don't overestimate my expectations. Nevertheless, the positive aspects of the series still prevail over the negative ones, and with the right presentation, a good plot and an interesting narrative, Acolyte has every chance to earn high marks and become a good series. This is the most important thing. As for the release date, initially Lucasfilm wanted the series to be released in the spring of 2024, but with all these strikes, it will most likely be released much later, maybe in the summer or autumn, although maybe they will have time to release it in the spring. Personally, I'm waiting for the series, and albeit with caution. I like its style, I like the timeline, I like the footage from the closed screening, but you know, it would be much better if Lucasfilm just filmed the trilogy about Darth Bane, the creator of the Rule of Two, and concurrently one of the most powerful, cruel and brutal Sith Lords. Then it would be truly beautiful. I perceive Acolyte as a kind of experiment, in the sense that it is unclear whether it will fail or succeed. But you know me, I always hope for the best, which I encourage you to do. Well, I hope the video was interesting and useful to you. Write in the comments your opinion about everything you've heard about the series, and don't forget, your subscription to the channel is the best support. I'm not asking for more. That's it. Thank you all so much for watching. See you in a new video very soon. May the Force be with you, or as the Sith say, peace is a lie. Bye bye.